Continuing coverage on today's inauguration, which follows a historic election season in many ways. And what happened at the top of the ticket clearly mattered at the bottom of the ticket right here in California and in the Coachella Valley. Tonight, News Channel 3's John White is taking another look at how it all unfolded and how Republicans were able to capitalize locally on the victory from President Trump.
We have 1,000 trillionaires in America. Billionaires in America.
June 27th, President Biden stepped onto a debate stage in Atlanta, Georgia to take on his challenger, former President Trump. It didn't go well, setting the stage for what turned out to be a very difficult election cycle for Democrats. Less than a month later, he stepped aside, endorsing his vice president, Kamala Harris.
There is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices. Fresh voices. Yes, younger voices.
Harris mounted a big campaign, raising over $1 billion, but it wasn't enough.
But we must accept the results of this election.
Polling again underestimated support for President Trump, who visited the Coachella Valley in October.
Coachella Valley to declare.
In many ways, the local political story reflected what was happening across the country. Democrats like 41st Congressional District challenger Will Rollins banked on higher turnout and enthusiasm.
Historically, you just look back at this district, and every year, no matter who's been running, the turnout increases close to 50% in Riverside County in presidential elections.
It didn't happen. Voter turnout in Riverside County came in at just under 70%. That compares to nearly 82% when Joe Biden won in 2020. Republican Ken Calvert outlasted Rollins in what turned out to be a $40 million race if you include outside PAC money. A major development in a local congressional race. The Associated Press now projecting that Republican incumbent Ken Calvert has won re-election. Calvert had already declared victory on Monday night. The Democratic dominoes were starting to fall. A week later, Democrat Christy Holstege conceded to Republican Greg Wallace in the 47th Assembly District. Over 2 weeks after the election, Wallace is ahead of Holstege by nearly 5,000 votes in a race he won by just 85 votes in 2022. Holstege conceding in a statement. Republican Jeff Gonzalez won election in State Assembly District 36, including parts of the Valley, a district with a 16-point Democratic registration edge.
My son doesn't have a voice. He's nonverbal, so he doesn't have a voice to advocate. But as a dad, it's my job to advocate for my son.
Republican Rosalicia Ochoa Bogue won election to the state Senate in District 19 over Democrat Lisa Middleton. A loss in another district that favored Democrats in registration, with Bogue arguing Republicans need to be involved in the process during the campaign.
We have not been at the table. Democrats have been at the table. So I think we need to bring balance.
Overall, Vice President Kamala Harris underperformed Joe Biden, even in heavily blue California. The vice president getting nearly 2 million fewer votes in her home state than President Biden did 4 years prior. John White, News Channel 3.
Well, 2025 will be a much quieter year when it comes to elections, but News Channel 3 will have all of your coverage on your elected officials, holding them accountable in